So my name is Hana Lukesova. I have been working at the University Museum of Bergen as a textile conservator since 2009. The museum was established already in 1825, so many of our collections have a long history. The museum has both culture and natural history collections, as well as botanical garden. I'm working for the cultural history part. Textiles are represented in extensive archaeological collections of cultural history, a church art collection, ethnographical collections, and a theatre collection. The museum has also a section dealing with archaeological excavations. So we still get acquisitions in form of fresh archaeological finds. I'll briefly present some of my projects and my working profile. I studied textile art at the Academy of Arts, Architecture and Design in Prague in the Czech Republic. After that, I've got a degree in textile conservation at ABEC Foundation and Bern University of Applied Sciences in Switzerland. At the same time, I visited both theatre courses in Lyon in France, and I really appreciated this experience. I've been a PhD candidate since 2018. I'm attached to the University of Bergen, Department of Physics and Technology, and the topic of my thesis is fibres identification. So the work, this is work about identification of hop textiles made of hop fibres. I work on the topic in a team that was led by my supervisor, Professor Bodil Holst. First, we developed a method how to identify hop fibers, and then we applied it on historical objects. The project resulted in 2 publications that are available in open access. Here is my latest paper that is related to investigation on the validity of the readily established fiber identification techniques mainly on historical samples. And the main topic of this paper is if cross-section shape and shape of lumen is a distinct feature in plant fiber identification. And now I would like to say something about work that is related to my work at the museum. So this is a project. As I said, the museum has a long history, so many of our finds have been in the collections already long time, and when they were excavated in past, they were separated according to material groups, of course, within the archaeological context that we still have, but often we are missing details about the microstratigraphy of layers and things like that. So I worked with the history and the context of an ensemble of Viking textile fragments. And I was looking for a new method for identification, how to regain information that was lost in past. I made statistic overviews about identified types of garments versus textile techniques that were already studied by Lise Bender Jørgensen earlier. My question was related if it is possible to reconstruct the layers, and one of the tools I used was a portable XRF spectrometer. This project led me to an idea to go through the collection systematically in terms of materials. So I sorted wool fragments and fragments made of plant fibers plant fibers are really rare in the context of Scandinavian archaeological textiles. And my question was what kind of plant fiber materials were used in Western Norway, because the collection covers this area. The work resulted in a paper that I published together with Professor Holst and Adria Salvador Palau. The result was that it was flax that was used. The paper got a scientific comment in Nature Materials. I also presented my experiences with polarized light microscopy on an archaeological symposium, NESAT 2017. This is a project from our church art collection. This is a beautiful Roldal chasuble with fabric dated to the 13th century, probably of Spanish origin, woven in silk and gold gilded membrane made of animal guts. The object was chosen to a travel exhibition north and south in Catharina Convent in Utrecht in Netherlands, and later in Museu Episcopal in Big in Spain last year. My role was to supervise quite complicated packing and transport of this and other objects, as well as control climate conditions during the very long journey. Another tasks from my profession are reconstructions and mounting of whole objects or fragments, together with decision making regarding extensive repacking projects for long-term storage. On the very left, there's one rather exceptional project. It is a reconstruction of a burial dalmatic of Charles IV, the Roman emperor and the king of Bohemia. I think the project, the object is still exhibited at the Prague Castle. I was really lucky I could make both the reconstruction and the mounting. I mounted also many other objects, for instance, German 17th century upper garments or Norwegian national folk costumes. I'm working with integrated pest management, things about identification of microbiological attack in form of mold on culture heritage, insect infestations, and their possible treatments. So talking about historical textiles, for me, the material object is always in the center of my attention, with related areas of its history, past and current context, interpretation, and the aim. What I want to do with the object is only a part of the whole story. I'm interested in changing views on ethics. Times go quickly. What was possible to do 20 years ago doesn't need to be possible to do today. So inspired by Jonathan Ashley Smith, I'm asking if it is possible to unify ethics, that it can be applied internationally. Through my experiences, I'm trying to compare local and global codes of ethics, for instance, ethics of sampling. Another bigger area of my interest is conservation and authenticity. What does it mean original? And does it actually exist? Is there any point in the timeline that we can get back to, and anything that happens after is not original? What is the material, conceptual, and historical authenticity? And lastly, instead of us asking, is my treatment reversible? Because in end effect, nothing is reversible. I'm trying to find a way towards sustainable treatments, not only in terms of ecology, which is important, but also in terms of economy. What can we afford? So summing up, I I would like to contribute to the working group with interdisciplinary approach, maybe with questions related to the relation of archaeological and historical studies and conservation. For instance, how can be used heritage science methods for interpretation of garments? I'm interested in questions regarding original and copy, and I would like to focus on comparison of ethical handling of objects, namely object sampling. Thank you.